Welcome to SparkCast video. What I want to talk about today is what happens when a player strides but they leave their head behind. And it's called stacking. Now today what we're going to look at just briefly here is a lot of times what you'll see players striding. They will stride and they will get their foot to move forward, but their head stays back. Well, as the stride goes forward, the head's got to go forward with it. A lot of times players will stride and they will leave their head back. They've been taught to keep their weight back. Well, the problem is if you keep your weight back, now as I rotate and I turn, my weight's going to actually be back in here versus being up in here. Make sure that the head is at the top of the axis, the rotation axis. So as a player strides, the longer the stride, the more forward motion that their head has to make so that they are above their axis point. Remember, the head's the top of the axis. So if you have a player that is stepping soft and leaving his head back, he's going to fire, he's going to have too much weight back in here. If he has too much weight back in here, he's going to separate his upper body from his lower body. Remember, in order to fire your hitter's box, in order to fire your bat at its maximum velocity, you've got to be stacked properly. Just being properly stacked is simply the definition of your head to your hip to your heel. Okay? This is a proper stack alignment right in here. Players that shift in here and they fire their hips, they're off their stack. They've got to be properly stacked. Now just make sure you're not out over your hip. Their head should never be further than their front hip. So make sure that they're properly stacked. So when you're looking at your hitters, take a close look, see what's happening with their head, and see if they're stacked properly.